At Earthwatch, we've discovered that when it comes to looking at the world, our people want to do more than just take pictures. They want to give something back to the countries they visit, to understand the people and cultures they meet, and help to play a small part in preserving the world's vanishing natural heritage.
Must a person's aspirations, joy of living, and desire for fulfillment diminish or disappear when his body is constrained by a wheelchair? Not at Cheshire Home, where lack of mobility doesn't mean loss of dignity or personal freedom. Cheshire Home is a specialized rehabilitative facility that cares for the physical, emotional, and educational needs of disabled adults. Here, a person's abilities are what matter. Each resident's sense of worth and purpose is nurtured and fulfilled through a comprehensive program of individualized educational and vocational services, counseling, skills instruction for independent living, and a wide range of cultural and recreational activities.
But if you have people who are intelligent and dedicated and caring, they can still make a difference. And that's what these women did. I mean, they're really extraordinary what they accomplished. I'll tell you the time I thought about them. I was sitting in the White House, in the Oval Office, and there was the President of the United States. And I was leading the questioning, and there were all 10 of us were there. Now, the President of the United States didn't want to be questioned by all 10 of us. He'd made that very, very plain. But there we were. And I figured, where else in the world would this have happened? Where else in the world would we as citizens have a chance to question, any question we wanted to, the leader of the free world? And we were doing that because, in part, these women had broken down enough doors, so we were able to do it.
Welcome to the Great Swamp, one of New Jersey's national treasures and extraordinary natural wonders. Enter a new world just 25 miles west of Times Square, New York, and 7 miles south of Morristown, New Jersey. 55 square miles of marshes, fields, meadows, woodlands, ponds, streams, rivers, and swamps, teeming with wildlife. The Great Swamp is a wildlife refuge and wilderness area. Walk along an elevated boardwalk trail and see beautiful great blue herons, red-tailed hawks, ducks, geese, songbirds, and woodpeckers. Viewing blinds are established for optimal viewing in designated locations. More than 222 different species of birds fly through the refuge during the course of a year along the Atlantic Flyway.
I care.
I care.
I care.
I care. I'm a home health aide and I care.
Home health aides are people who care. They help elderly, convalescent, or disabled people live in their own homes instead of in a healthcare facility. Support services range from assistance with bathing, grooming, and dressing to meal preparation, grocery shopping, and housekeeping. All basic but critical needs for people who can't manage on their own.
Nothing is needed more than home care in general for our elderly and our disabled. More and more people and their families are asking for home care, and we desperately need more people in the field.
What I then hear again and again is the cry of the child that was I. The child caught in the quagmire of destruction, prejudice, and war. Over 1 million children, Jewish children, were turned into ashes in the concentration camps of the Nazis. There are children crying in their sleep of horrors. Turned into adults, those that are still alive can cry no more for themselves, but hear the cry of the child and have to respond.
Here we are in Chevelon Ruin, which is an ancestral Hopi village in northeastern Arizona. Chevelon dates to the 13th and 14th centuries, and we've been working here for a few years, and we've discovered that a lot of the village is burned. We're sitting in an excavation unit right now, which is a kiva, which is a ceremonial structure that these people used, and this kiva has also been burned. We've had a really successful summer excavating at Chevelon because we have an interest in why so much of Chevelon was burned, and we need to document the extent of that. And then we also need to understand what they were using as fuels to burn the rooms, help us understand when they burned the village, and maybe give us some evidence about why they burned the village and where they burned the village. The rooms that we've excavated, 3 of them have had a lot of corn used as the fuel. Whatever happened, the corn produced a tremendous oven effect. Really important evidence in terms of understanding how these people went around setting these fires. We suspect that they set them when they left the village, but we don't know why they did that. But it's clear that they did it because they were leaving this area and going a long way away. It's more than likely that when the people left Chevelon in the late 1300s, that they went up to the Hopi Mesas where they have descendants today.
Lee's surrender to Grant was a living legend. Throughout his presidential years, when Grant was fiercely maligned as a poor administrator and a drunk, Nast steadfastly stuck by him. Later, the 2 men became friends, and President Grant visited the cartoonist in Nast's Morristown home. The last picture of the caricaturama says it all. The confident artist receiving his laurels. Not bad for someone just starting out in a career which was to change the course of American political cartooning.
Hi, this is Christopher Reeve. We here at the Christopher Reeve Paralysis Foundation are committed to funding research that develops treatments and cures for paralysis caused by spinal cord injury and other central nervous system disorders. The foundation also works vigorously to improve the quality of life for people living with disabilities through its grants program, Paralysis Resource Center, and advocacy efforts. Remember, we must, we can, we will. With your help, nothing is impossible.
Is a house of treasures that tell the rich and varied story of a great and ancient game.
Take it from a couple of avid golfers. Golf's not as easy as it looks, and some of us are clearly better at it than others.
But golf is a game for everyone. Whether you're a champion or duffer, old or young, a woman or a man, everyone who's ever shanked a ball or dug a divot or triple bogeyed or failed to get out of a bunker owns a piece of this game, owns shares in a common heritage at least 5 centuries old.
That's why Golf House is your house. When you visit Golf's great house, you truly come home to golf.
Is dedicated to a single game. But when you relate the story of golf, there's a lot of story to tell. A walk through the halls of Golf House is a walk with golfing immortals.
And to treasure some of the priceless memorabilia that connect us to those events.
A ramble through Golf House is a tour of the American epic, of American history, lifestyles, fashions, fads, and fancies, from crinoline days to the era of corporate culture.